today's lesson is number 7. We will talk about 10 heavenly stems today, and we'll cover this particular topic, which is also one of the more important topic. And you should understand that these heavenly stems, how does it look like, and what are the meaning of each heavenly stems. So let's move on to the next page itself. So 10 heavenly stems. These are the 10 different types of stems. So what does it really mean by a stem itself? A stem is represent a person, a thing, an object. You see, so when you see this, some of these symbols in the particular Qimen chart that you plotted, you will mean a person itself, or is an object, or is something that is beside you. So that is the representation, the symbol of it. So every one of them, we will understand that each of them will have their own particular meaning, and it'll be good for you to try to understand the real meaning behind it, and how, and from there, you'll be able to interpret what does it really represent when you see a specific character of this symbol within your Qimen chart in the box itself. So we will also cover how this Qi Men Dun Jia comes about in this lesson, and from all these basic symbols, you'll be understand why this Qi Men Dun Jia, these words are derived. Okay, so we learn Qi Men Dun Jia. So it's Qi Men and Dun Jia. So the Qi Men itself, this word represent mystic door, 3 nobles, 3 crescents, and the 8 doors. Okay, so meaning that all this combined together, it become a Qimen. So after that, we have this hidden Jia. That means you try to hide your Jia. Remember that Jia is a general. So these doors, these nobles, these crescents will try to hide the Jia from this instant. So what does the meaning of each of these stems stands for? So you need to understand every one of them. So we start with the Yi Bing Ding. So currently we are talking about this Yi. Remember, it's always a woman. Also represent a TCM physicians, winding path and zigzag and wavery. So it's also representing a certain information when you see this Yi beside within the palace itself. So next we go to this thing called the Bing. Bing stands for fire, red, third party, a male relationship, and then we eyes, small intestine, if we're talking about the specific parts of the body. And we have Ding, weak, fade fire, okay, red tint, and third party representing woman also, and also represent electronic phones, IT. For body, it stands for heart. Wu, Wu is stand for wealth, wealthy person, cash, capital, and also stand for blockage, sweet stomach, also represent muscle. And next we move to Ji. Ji itself is stand for earth, soil, heel, spleen, pancreas, and small tissue, if we talk about the body part. Next, we have Geng. Geng stands for man, metal, hardware, obstacles, and pulleys. And in the event that, let's say, if you see somebody who is a Geng in as a day palace itself in the past reading, we can also safely say that this person is usually they will have a hard time. They will go through a lot of things in life. So this is the life of a Geng person. Most of the cases will be like this. So it will be kind of uneventful. Okay, so we have Sing over here. If pronounced as Sing. We represent small items, metal object, hard and small articles. Stand for mold also, a price or mistakes, injury or spicy. And we have Ren. Stand for clear water, clean water also, which is water movement, salty, and stand for urani. And if you were to see that some people, they have this Ren character. So at certain years of the time, uh, the, when the energy is activated, this person will generally like to cry more often, compared to normal days. So Ren, sometimes it can be, very emotional person. Kui, the last one we have is Kui. So it's represent dirty or contaminated water, accumulation of water, and it stands for kidney for health. So let us look at a specific chart on this Qimen chart itself. And if you see, there are a lot of these different symbols where the Jia Yi Bing Ding. Okay, so there's one at the top, there's one at the below. Top and below represent different things. So in other lessons, we'll cover that also. And I mentioned that just now we talk about this. It represents a person, it represents something, it represents a movement. So over here, when you have all the symbols, which is the door, which is the heavenly God, and the stars itself, with the person or the representation of the person that symbolize something, it gives you a very direct information on the whole equation of information. All right, so it's always a case whereby sometimes these symbols are always at this particular side, which is on the right side, one at the top, one at the below. So it's very, very, there's a formula for it, so much so that in specific time, specific day, the symbol will of a specific symbol basing on the specific time and day. So this will be the basic information you'll need to know. That means you have to understand the meaning of each of this symbol of this stamp itself. And from there, once you get hold of the divination chart or the puzzle reading, you'll be able to have a more understanding of what does it represent as a whole. All right, that's all for today for this lesson under the 10 stamps. Thank you for watching.